when it comes to writing a paper, next to the content in the paper, one of the most important things you can do is include a bibliography. The purpose of a bibliography is basically your ability to show the reader that these are the evidence I used in my paper came from credible sources, and if you want to learn more about it, you can go and check them out for yourself. So today, as you can see on the screen, I have two different web-based sources that you can see in my tabs. They're both about the SR-71 Blackbird, and these are sources I would probably use if I was writing a paper about the aircraft. And I'm going to use them today to show you how to make your own bibliography. And one of the easiest ways to do this is to use an online citation maker, and there's one that I've been using for years, and so I'm going to show you how to get to it and then how to use it. So I'm just going to come up here, open a new tab, and the name of the citation maker is EasyBib. And I've used it a lot, so it just automatically pops up for me. What you'll first notice when you're taking to the website is these number of options. And I can switch between book or video, and then if I want to cite it, even if I don't necessarily have the source, it'll take me to a template where I can put in the information. But today we're just going to be using the website one. And so it wants me to put in the URL, and that's generally the easiest way to do it, and the least hassle as well. So I'm going to come up here to my first source, and the easiest way to copy the URL is just click once up here and copy it, and then bring it over to this website and paste it. And then we're going to click Cite It, and we're going to see if it's able to find the website. And we were lucky enough that it did. And so we're going to select to cite this. And normally what the citation maker is able to do is it goes and it kind of scans through the website that we're putting in, and it's going to look for those things that are going to be included in the template. And so after we click Cite It, it says, here's what we found for you. And so it has the article title and the date access. So the citation maker was actually able to find a lot from this website. And so when we come down here, we're going to click Continue to the final step. And it's going to open up that template I was talking about earlier. And so just because it was able to pull these things from the website doesn't mean it's always going to format them in the template correctly. And so before you come down here to create citation, make sure you look over this information to make sure that nothing is missing and that it's all properly formatted. And so what you might notice in here is that for the author's name, it has a date. And that's not correct, so we may need to go and find the author's actual name. So we're just going to delete that right now. We're going to go back to the website and see if we can find it. And usually on websites, if they do include an author, it's going to be at the top of the page, and here it is. So this article was written by John Reed. So we're going to go and we're going to put that in. Perfect. As we're looking through this template, you may also notice that the publisher is missing. So when it comes to filling out this template, you may have a website where you can't find every bit of information, and if the website doesn't provide it, you don't need to include it. So just don't worry about it, but we're going to go and see if we can find the publisher before we give up. So we're going to scroll down, and sometimes on websites, one place where the best place to look for the publisher is down at the copyright. And so if we look right here, it says 2018 Military Advantage. So Military Advantage is what we're going to use as the publisher for this article. Oh, perfect. And then it looks like everything's good and we've got all the information we need. So we're going to go ahead and click Create Citation. And for the purpose of this class, we're using the MLA format, so just make sure that up here you have the most recent version of MLA selected like I do. So hooray, here's our new citation. We've got one done, but we still have one more to do, so we're going to go ahead and do that one as well. And so we're going to go to my second source, and it's basically a similar process. Come up here, click the top, copy it. We're going to paste it into this little box. Click Cite It, and we'll see if it's able to find the article. It was, so let's see what information it was able to pull for us. So here you'll notice that this one, the website was only able to pull a certain amount of information, and so we're probably going to have to go in and look for these things on our own and manually input them into the template. So we're going to start with the author since that's the first thing that's blank. And if we look around at the top where it would normally be, I'm not seeing an author. And that happens, and that's frequent, and so it's nothing to worry about if you can't find it. So we're going to go back and we're going to try and find out what else we need to find. Publisher and sponsor. Like I said, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go to the bottom of the web page and look for the copyright. It says Lockheed Martin Corporation, so that's what we're going to put in there for our publisher. Perfect. And then electronically published, so we want to find a publication date. So usually that's going to be up at the top where an author would be, but we don't have an author or a publication date. So both of those things on this citation are going to be left blank. But that's okay because we still have the name of the article and the publisher, enough information that anyone wanting to find the source can. So we're going to click Create Citation. And we're going to have to scroll down to find them both. Oh, and they're both saved right there. And since these are the only sources I'm going to be using for this paper, I'm just going to export it to a Word doc. And that's also an easy thing to do. We're just going to come up here and select the export option. And it gives you all these options where you can save it to a Google Doc or OneDrive. But for the purpose, I just want to print it as a Word document. This is going to redirect me to a page that will allow me to download it. And then that's going to come up here. I'm going to select this. It'll open the Word doc. And all I need to do is copy and paste that bibliography to the paper I'm writing. And I have a paper that has evidence that is backed by sources that I've allowed my readers to go and find for themselves. So this is how you make a bibliography using an online citation maker. And I hope that this tutorial has been helpful for you.